Hello, and welcome to Kerbal Space Program. I've played this game modded and unmodded, but for this run, it is going to be an unmodded Steel Jackal Games 2020 save. Oh, and of course, you get to pick the flag, and it should be good fun, hopefully. Right, what flag do I want to go for? I like KERBAL MUN actually. That's a nice one. All right, without any further ado, let's actually get into the space playing. Nice to meet you. Oh, God, it's so bare bones. You forget how simple this game is. This game was made in 2011 as well, so it's like, oh boy. Gene Kerman, lovely. I kind of know what I'm doing here, Gene. So I'm just gonna get started. Pop right over to mission control. Gather scientific data from Kerman. Right, I can do that. And we have to launch our first vessel. So we're gonna grab these contracts because when you're on career mode, it's important that you're taking contracts to get additional science, prestige, to get more money, and to get more science. So it's a bit of a positive feedback loop. Just work hard and play hard. Okay, lovely. And I know how to assemble vehicles as well. So let's. Oh, well, I say that as I pull out 2 command pods. Let's get right in. So fuel tanks, none yet. We just have a solid fuel booster. So this is the simplest rocket that it is possible to construct. You know, it's actually interesting. Combustion engines are more difficult to build than rockets, simply because a rocket is just like, you know, a pod of exploding gas that gets fired at one end, whereas a combustion engine has pistons and cycling and ignition cycles. Oh, it's very complicated. Oh, come here to me, you. There we go. That's the flag on the backside there. Very nice. And you know what I'll do? I'll take a bit of science, and we will multiply that by 4 just by using this shortcut there. Oh, I'm gonna position these nicely or my OCD will kill me. And you will be SJG rather, Mark 1. Ship description, fifth basic ship, first basic ship. Lovely. Okie dokie. Save that guy there and launch it. Oh, I made a mistake. Can anyone tell me what it is? I put the parachute and the engine in the same stage, so that needs to be quickly rectified before I end up making a big mistake. Okay. Just gonna... Whoops, I probably should have taken data whilst I was still on the ground, but that's fine. I can observe the mystery goo whilst we're in flight here. We'll keep that experiment. We'll keep this experiment. Observing the mystery goo is like definitely the right call to make. Keep experiment there and keep experiment here. And we're also going to take a crew report. Yeah, we'll fly over Kerbal shores. No problem. Reaction wheels are fine. Transfer crew vessel naming. Okay, don't really need to do that. Control point is here. I'll tell you what, we'll hop on our parachute then, just to help bring us back to Earth a little bit faster. Physics warp can affect structural stability. Yes, I do know this. But we can speed things up now and bring ourselves back down. So the very first launch is as successful as we need it to be. You know, it's really interesting actually. Like when you're starting out playing Kerbal Space Program, like one of the things you can actually do is just like wait until early morning and then angle your rocket towards the horizon with the moon rising. You can just straight up do that to get to the moon, nice and easy. Well, we're not too far away from the landing, but you're grand. They've added so many more tools, I suppose. Yeah, like the Delta V information there is super important. Anyway, with the rocket collected, we can now recover our vessel and get the science that comes with it. If you only ever played on creative mode, or you only ever see people play on creative mode, you might not know this, but science is a fundamental way to unlock new parts. So, with 28 science to our names, I think we're going to unlock... Yeah. We're going to unlock some basic rocketry. Well, then do I want general rocketry? Yeah, I'm going to want general rocketry first. Right, cool. So, with things as they stand, we can now start upgrading this little rocket. So, Oh, what do I have any quests we need to do actually? Because I think we finished both those contracts there. So I'm just heading to mission control. Right. Test a Mark 16 parachute. Okay. Test a hammer in flight. Alright. Focused observational study. No, those are really, really tough and bad. Haul a decoupler. Alright, we can haul a decoupler. That's fairly easy. And we can test the swivel engine whilst landed. Okay, sure. Fine. So we have 2 contracts we're going for here. We have to... I'll fix the staging of this parachute first. But we're also going to need to slap on a T12 decoupler. Lovely. Not sure where I want to put that just yet. And a swivel liquid fuel engine. Okay, I'm pretty sure I've just unlocked that myself, so tell you what, pop off that for a second. Grab this tank here. Swivel engine, yes? Yes. Lovely job. And a decoupler. I just have to... You know what? I'll put it on top of the nose there. You know what? No. It's gonna go under here, because I'm probably just gonna attach all of my science pods to the actual command module. Or cover it from there in case I'm actually gonna use the decoupler. Right, so I've got this part here, the swivel, and I had the decoupler. Okay, cool. I'm going to slap on some science apparatus so we can do even more research. Just quickly use the shortcut to make a bunch of those. And this is the Mark II. Not really second basic chip, I suppose. Alright, there we are. Grand. We got our flag there as well. If anyone ever wants me to change the flag, by the way, it is possible to do that nowadays. Beyond that... Oh, wow, I actually have to be going quite fast and high. Into flight above Kerbal. I don't actually know if we'd get there on this run. Yeah, I'll bring some more fuel just in case. Actually, you know what I can do as well? I can actually use the... use the fact that we have access to these decouplers in this kind of like test to use the hammer booster, hopefully, provided that doesn't like cause a big crash out. Hope it doesn't, but you know, beggars can't be choosers and all that. Right, save that, and hopefully this won't be too catastrophic. I know there's no fins on it for stabilization, but I'm confident we'll have Jebediah take care of everything else. So, run test. The engine's not running though, is it? No, just ran the test. Okay, I shut down the engine as well. Interesting, interesting, interesting. In any event, we're hopefully going to be able to haul ourselves into atmosphere now. I keep forgetting to run my tests on the launch pad as well, actually, but, you know, oh well. It's still very stable though, which is good. And I did test that engine correctly, so now it's a case of just getting the right altitude. Whoops, I accidentally activated far too many stages. We are going to have to deal with the consequences of our mistakes. Wait, goodness me. Please go. That's not what I meant. Okay, well, failing that, we are just going to revert the flight. I'm not one who minds terribly reverting flights. If people wanted me not to, I would. I would then actually stop reverting flights, but until that point in time, I am gonna, like, you know, just not waste cash and stuff. Observe mystery goo and observe mystery goo. Give me that goo. I want to observe it. Let me see the goo. Alright, we're gonna keep all that, and then we're gonna run a crew report here. Right, you know, we'll just recover this vessel to grab the extra science out of it. A cheap and easy way to figure out how to make better parts. Right, and that's 8 science earned, but that's fine. Let's just take the... Why are there 2 copies of this? You know what I'll do? I will actually delete this version. We'll just fly this one. Okay, cool. Let's launch. Okay, without any further ado, we can actually just take off then. And then hopefully, because I'm not running a test in the engines, it'll actually be fine. Oh, booger. Whoops. That was also not meant to happen. I forgot to actually test it on the launch pad. Whoops, my bad. Okie dokie. Now please, allow me to run test. Okay. And I can start this engine now, yes? Activate engine. Lovely. So we're gonna be fine, hopefully. Just gonna turn on SAS there to make sure it doesn't wobble too much. I don't actually need RCS on at the moment because I don't actually have any of the canisters that would enable me to do RCS. I'm making good ground so far. Activate. Why is the engine just not turning on? It's because I haven't turned up the throttle. I'm a genius. I love playing Kerbal Space Program. I'm good at video games. Ugh. And once I hit 20,000, I'm gonna just turn sideways. See if I can like pick up any more speed. Not really likely that I am. Oh well. Okay, so I messed that up a bit, but it's fine. We can start speeding things up now. Gosh, we've actually gotten quite high, haven't we? Whoops. Please don't leave atmosphere. Go on, go down, go down, go down. There we go. Okay, so yeah, our speed is starting to like... We were accelerating, if you get me. So we hit our kind of maximum speed at the apex of our flight, and now we're starting to speed up now as we hit back down. Actually, we might be able to test this here. If things go like right enough for us. No, okay, the atmosphere is actually going to prevent us from going that much faster. That's fine. Oh, hey there, Fific. How are things? Yeah. Oh, just decided to do a bit of a Kerbal Space Program stream today. Because, you know, why not, right? How about observing the mystery goo over the water? No, okay, flying is the same. And a crew report? Take a crew report? Yeah, whilst flying over the water. That's grand. And we can't EVA until we have an upgrade to our astronaut complex, which is also fine. We're going to splash down a little bit faster then. Right, and then we're going to just observe the goo in the water. I saw a really interesting video the other day. One of the ones that actually kind of like prompted me to get back into Kerbal Space Program, of like someone who was able to build a rocket that was like submersible. Very weird kind of tricks you have to do there to like get underwater, because that's really not where you're meant to go. Right. And we can take a crew report. Oh no, we already have one, so cool. We'll just recover the craft then. Lovely job. So 9.5 signs earned, and we're up to 25 now, which is solid. Probably pick ourselves up some new parts. I'm gonna check the... Okay, so we've completed all these contracts. Delete all messages. Okay, so I still have to haul the decoupler a little bit longer. That's fine. I could escape the atmosphere, actually. That might be a good one to try, because we could just go straight up using the Mark II. I'm pretty sure we could do it. I don't think we'd hit an orbital, but should be fine. Oh, nice! You got the PC started. Did you hear about the Oh, it was the 3070, the new graphics cards that are coming out? Like, they're so much cheaper that everyone's trying to sell off their 2080s, given like the massive gains they've made in terms of like, you know, graphics performance. I need to turn on my SAS or I'm gonna just fall right over. Oh. there goes a solid fuel booster, and we're gonna just pop on the liquid fuel there. I'm gonna try and keep us below sonic speeds if I can help it, just whilst we're below 10,000 there, because that's like the thickest part of the atmosphere. We can start ramping stuff up now though, just to try and get out of atmosphere, if you get me. Okay, running a bit hot there. Let's keep it toned down just a touch. Actually, we almost complete the contract there. We probably could have. Yeah, if I just kept up the speed. Good to know though, actually, that this vessel can properly what's it called? Actually complete that contract. Right, we're gonna speed you up then, because all that's kind of left to happen is to have you come back down again. Right, and you've escaped atmosphere there. Grand. Let's observe the mystery goo. Oh. Continuing to observe the goo is essential to science. Really, where would we be without goo observation? And a crew report. Alright, so we'll take this, and this. And now that we have that studied, wow, we went up high. I don't know if our ship's actually going to survive. Like, we might just be coming in far too fast. Uh-oh. We're coming in really fast. Okay, my only option here now is to spin. Spinning will help to partially dissipate heat, but it's no guarantee, if you get me. Oh boy. Okay, it's good, We're coming back in. Okay, other parts of my ship have now splashed down or landed. But we've survived. Okay, lovely. I'm glad to hear you're getting it in soon. Then that'll be pretty sweet. Full AMD setup. So do you want to give me a rundown of your specs then? Okay, I'll deploy my parachute shortly enough as well. God, are we gonna land right in like the office building? We're a kilometer away, so that's a bit of a late deploy, but it should be fine. Uh-oh. No, I don't think it will. Uh-oh. At least the parachute survived. Right, so we'll revert to launch from that one there. We're gonna get that started. That's our first crash. Sweet. Not a technical crash, thankfully. But just things being how it is. Okay. I honestly think that we'll be able to get this contract completed if I just keep up the speed. So I don't know if we'll be able to get out of atmosphere again. I probably will. Yeah, we got up to 100k last time, so we'll probably be fine. And this is very fuel inefficient to try and run at, like, you know, over Mach 1. We're almost at Mach 2 now in a second. Below 10,000 meters, because it's exceptionally fuel inefficient. But it is what it is. Hopefully we're going to get this contract taken care of shortly. Okay, nice, we hit it. Okay, so we have successfully hauled the decoupler. It means we're going to have to actually research it to use it in future, but shouldn't be too big of an issue. And because I don't want to like run the risk of too big of a crash, I'm going to see if I can like... Oh no, I was trying to escape atmosphere. Look, we'll speed up things anyway, because if there's no engine, the physics simulation doesn't jar out as much as it normally does. So we've actually managed to make it out here. Lovely. So I'm going to start researching this mystery goo. Right, I'll move this little box over here so I can actually open all of them at the same time, basically. Now, once I get access to a more upgraded building, I'll be able to put them all in command group and then just, like, you know, do them all at the same time, which is very handy. But for the time being, just gotta take these observations as they are. Right, and now that we're in space, we can just warp a lot faster. And now that we're back in atmosphere, I might actually shed the extra weight and start spinning. Uh-oh, we're gonna slow that down and start spinning. As I mentioned a little bit ago, spinning reduces the amount of heat damage you kind of take. It just dissipates it, because that's how the physics simulation ends up working. It's an interesting one, how like the air would wick away the heat. I need to... Okay, and my parachute can safely deploy now, so... Oh, I ended up much farther away last time. Last time, I suppose I did change my direction midair, so wasn't as centered as I was last run. But at least the Jebediah, the Kerbal will survive this time. Right. Go on, Soak. Go on. Actually, can he take an additional report whilst he's out in EVA? I'm pretty sure he can. World first milestones. Right, okay. Let's EVA you here. Let's... What do you EVA report? Kerbin's grasslands. Let's keep that experiment and let's store it. And if we get off the actual ship, what can you do? You can remove your helmet, fair enough. And you can also remove your neck ring. Alright. Deploy your parachute, which is pretty cool. EVA report. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just the same one we already picked up. Fair enough then. Back in your ship you go. Grab, climb, and let's board. Whoops. B is board, not spacebar. Dump experiments. Right, cool. That was just a duplicate. So we're gonna recover the vessel now. We'll be all set. World first milestones. Not too shabby. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's all our contracts completed, so we need to pick up some new ones. We're not doing too badly for cash, by the way, which is nice. Hammer in flight. Parachute in flight. Okay, orbit Kerbin. Yeah, let's go for that, Len. Let's be a little ballsy with it. And we're gonna test the parachute anyway, like, so you might as well bring it. Stability. It might be nice to have some radial decouplers. Not essential though. Advanced rocketry. Now, the Terrier liquid fuel engine is actually a really, really good one. It's very cheap. It's great for orbital maneuvers. How much does this cost? 45. General construction. Anything here that's essential? You're gonna get a flag. Huh, that must be new. Okay, because I don't recognize that at all. How about engineering? Survivability. Different sciencey things, but ultimately not too much of an issue. Radial decouplers. See, those are very useful. Beyond that, I'm not too pushed either way. I'm gonna go for advanced rocketry then, because that'll open up the pathway to advanced fuel systems. Oh, that's a drain valve. See, they've introduced new stuff. I don't have any mods in the game at the moment, so there's actually new stuff added by the developers. I'm amazed they're still working on it with, like, you know, Kerbal Space Program 2 kind of around the corner. But sure, look, we'll also take the decoupler. Yeah, we need that. We really do need that. And we'll also take the thermometer for extra science. So that'll, like, hopefully speed up things. Right, so we are now going to name the Mark III, and we're going to call you First Orbiter. Why not? And we are going to actually... No, we're going to start from scratch. Come here, you. Crikey. SJG. Please cooperate with me. No? SJG. SJG. I'm just an imbecile who can't fucking remember the name of his own channel. Mark III. Enter ship description. Radeon 3600 processor, or as the lead B450 motherboard. That's a good one. Radeon 8 GB graphics, solid. 100 GB. Ooh, that is a nice hard drive as well. And then you've got the 1 TB backup. And then 8 solid gigs of RAM. That's actually a very nice... This is your first build as well, Philip, yeah? That's very good. I'm liking the sound of that. First Orbiter. Right. And then we'll pop down the command pod that we always have. Actually, will I translate you here? Honest to God, just working on thumbnails and stuff for videos has made me far more adept with these kind of tools. So we're working in Unity now as well, given that actually these are the tools you just get access to in Unity. That's fine. Oh, you're the parent there, so we'll keep you there, keep you centered. If I'm looking for a Terrier engine, I'm going to pop you there. Lovely. Change the color on this as well. I do like the orange variant personally. There's not much of a visual difference there. Shroud enabled, yeah. Gimbal should be free, all that's good. Now give me a decoupler here, please. Thank you. I don't have the radial decouplers. Right. Good to know, good to know. Then I'm going to need to pop on a longer fuel tank, not an issue. I'm going to bring this entire guy up just a little bit. Right, science is going to go all around this pod here, so use a shortcut there to make 4 of them. Handy. I might actually take 2 thermometers, actually I might take 4, just given that I've not actually had them on the ship until now. You can only record 1 bit of environmental data per thermometer, so that's why I'm actually taking far more than I typically need. Utility, Mark 16 parachute. I'll be needing you for money. Everything else is kind of fine. Right, I am gonna need a better engine. I prefer the Reliant just for getting into orbit. That's fine. We can work with that. And you know what? We will take. I think we'll take a set of hammers just to get off the ground. So some structural fuselage here. I don't normally use that stuff, but I think it's not the worst idea here. A couple hammers here. So yeah. 4 might be too many, but we'll find out if that's the case. Actually, we've got thumpers. What are we doing? You know, yeah, okay, 4 is definitely too many. But what we can do is use 3, hopefully. I need to make sure that's going to decouple properly, though, or I'm going to have a bad time. So, decoupler here, please. Oh, I do already have one on. Cool. Actually, I might just bring the 1, because like that is otherwise quite unstable looking. And I will put on some fins this time around, just for a bit of additional stability. Okay. Hopefully this won't be too much of a mess. Oh, Jesus. Hopefully this won't be too much of a mess. Yeah, and the actual launch pad can't support it, which is nice. Right, so that engine there goes after that guy there. Lovely, and this engine should not fire on the same stage as the parachute. That would be a terrible idea. Can I actually create control groups? I'm just wondering. Crew. Switch editor. No, this is not what I want to do at all. Right. We are building this kind of ship. Okay, I suppose I just don't have access to it then. We will delete these messages here. And we're gonna save the ship. Really no access to control groups yet. Ah, it's unfortunate. Having some control groups available would be nice, because it just means easier handling of everything. Okay. And yeah, the thumper will just have us take off pretty much immediately. Like it brings a lot of delta V to the table. Delta V is essentially a value that describes the change in velocity that this engine can cause for us. So we're hopefully going to be able to get up to. Sorry, delta V, I should stress as well, is in vacuum. So that's why we're not seeing like the 700 delta V immediately translate into our surface velocity here. Right, messages is fine. Yeah, it's a bit tough to control an engine this big at this point, but you know, it's actually not doing too badly. I'm honestly kind of surprised. I should take a reading here, by the way, before I go. We'll detach you, and yeah, we're gonna pop on the engine there now as well. Observe mystery goo. Right, we've already done all our observations there. Crew report. The upper atmosphere. We might as well take that. Why not? Okay. Now we're gonna arc our ship at a 45-degree angle to try and give us some inclination towards being projected. And we're gonna wait until we're out of atmosphere, which is 70,000 meters if I'm not mistaken. Then we are going to burn horizontally. When I say burn, by the way, that means firing this primary engine here. You know what, we could probably wait a little bit. If we burn at the apoapsis instead, it will make our chances of hitting orbit much more reasonable. Right, so not telling us how close we are, but I'm gonna say it's about here. Yeah, so if we burn at apoapsis, we are gonna have a higher chance of increasing our periapsis, which is the bottom of our orbit. So apo means top, peri means bottom, basically, roughly. We're gonna try and get our periapsis to be above 70,000 meters, and that will mean that we are in orbit. That is the kind of the requirement for being in orbit. I don't think we're gonna make it. Personally, just based off of the remaining delta V we have here, I think we need to hit about 2,000 delta V to get into orbit of Kerbin. So, and we might do if we get very lucky. But yeah, don't know if the ship actually will be able to make it. Probably should have started our angling further. You know, we probably could get it up with the small ship. It's not that difficult to get into orbit. Like we almost made it there, if you get me. So, tell you what, we'll run our goo analyses whilst we're up here in space near Kerbin. Yeah, we'll grab that. And tell you what, we'll bring the ship back down. I'll pop on the lights as well, just to feel nice and homely. Okay. So we didn't quite make it into orbit that time. That's fine. Can't all be winners, I suppose. Right, we're bringing down the warp now because we are doing a re-entry maneuver, and that can be quite tough at the best of times. Oh, let's keep the spin up there, lads. Let's not. Oh, that's a thermometer detonating. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think that's the thermometers detonating. No, that's actually goo containers detonating. That's unfortunate. We shouldn't have lost those. Oh well. Not much to be done about it, unfortunately. Parachute's overheating now as well, which is something I'm not a huge fan of. If we lose the parachute... Yep. No, that's the parachute gone. Okay, we have to abort this mission. The parachute gone, there's no real way to recover a ship unless you have wings on it, but, you know, we don't, so... Gotta just take it from the top. Let's speed things up as well. Just, you know, get you off planet a little bit faster. A ship designed like this is very stable, so it can actually handle the 4 times physics requirement. As well as the fact that, like, you know... actually, you know what it'll do now? I'll start turning you now. Just so we can get the kind of... the angle we're looking for, if you get me. Log the temperature whilst we're here as well. Now, is our apoapsis above? Yeah, okay. Our apoapsis is actually out of atmosphere, so we can wait until we get up there. Are there any more little tests for temperature or anything I want to do? Okay, so we're now in low atmosphere, which is nice. Space near Kerbin. Lovely. And all these goo pods have been... Yep. Space near Kerbin has been observed. Crew report. And we have the crew report for Space near Kerbin as well. So, we're going to try and keep ourselves aligned here. We are going to pick up a little bit of speed. Whoop. Not doing too badly. You know, in fact, if I were to slow us down a bit, we'd actually be able to access the kind of the faster warp that is available once you're out of atmosphere. Okay, we're cutting a bit close now, so I will just start accelerating at this point. I think we actually are going to get to orbit this time. Here's hoping, anyway. If we can keep ourselves just slightly in front of our apoapsis, that'll be handy as well, because the greatest change to periapsis can be performed to the apoapsis and vice versa. So if you want to get your periapsis up, if you want to like increase the height of your orbit overall, you are going to want to perform maneuvers near the apoapsis. And if you want to increase the height of your apoapsis, like say to break orbit, you're going to want to increase your height at the periapsis. So yeah, just keeping a little bit in front of the apoapsis there is important. Little maneuvers here and there will help me do that. How's our orbit looking overall? Okay, we're starting to get an arc around the Earth. We're running a little low on fuel though, so hopefully we'll have enough to break orbit as well. Come on, come on. We do get a periapsis, but it's not quite in orbit. That's unfortunate. So, as you can see around the backside of the planet here, what we would have wanted to do is get this periapsis out to 70,000 meters, and then that would have classified itself as an orbit. But unfortunately, you know, we're not meeting that requirement this time around. So, can I take a crew report here? No, this is still classified as space near Kerbin. I think space near Kerbin goes up to 180,000 meters, if I'm not mistaken. I might as well grab another survey there. Observe Mr. Goo. Yeah, okay, so then we're going to speed things up so we can just go back into orbit. We will... Actually, this is interesting, right? Because we're not going to crash into the planet. What's going to happen is our orbit is actually going to pass through the periapsis that is in atmosphere, and atmospheric drag will end up slowing us down. That's pretty neat, right? The music just cut it there for a second. Is everything alright? Yeah, it should be. Let's pop the lights on there just to be sure. To be sure. Speed things up now again. I want to face towards the apoapsis if possible. And because we are going to be heating up an atmosphere, I am going to spin the ship just to try and dissipate some heat once it starts popping up. Yeah, the last thing I want is having too much heat going. Okay, come on. Keep the tail pointed towards the direction, because the engine's like the most heat-resistant part of the vessel. Makes sense, right? You know, if you're going to be shooting giant flames out of it, it should probably be a little bit heat-resistant. Careful maneuvers now. There we go. Oh boy. Okay, we're gonna speed things up here. Hopefully we're not gonna lose any critical materials. Nope! I made a boo-boo. I lost all the science. In fairness, we actually weren't gathering that much science. Though, did I lose the thermometers? I did. That's unfortunate. That's fine. We'll get them on the next run. Hopefully coming out of orbit can be a bit more gentle than this, because our apoapsis was actually kind of high. Uh-oh. Oh, who cares if the engine overheats? It's gonna blow up anyway. I'll see if I can show this off now. As you can see here, our periapsis actually disappeared because of atmospheric drag, and our apoapsis is coming down. So our apoapsis will eventually be just at the point where we are. Next lecture on thermodynamics. I mean, the thermal modeling of this game improved dramatically. Originally, there was like no kind of heat at all, as far as I'm aware. Rather, there weren't systems for heat dissipation, which is like a really big problem when you're out in space, because like, I don't know, it's hard to believe this, but like, space is both simultaneously very cold and very hot, if you get me, because the few particles that you do bump into are moving at such high speeds, they have really, really high kinetic temperatures. So it's like, you're just suffering no matter what you do. As for atmospheric reentry now, that's a bit of a different boat altogether. Oh, come on, Jeb. See if you can get the tail pointing around again. Just get a little wiggle for me there, will ya? Knock around the cockpit. Atmospheric reentry is different, because that's just straight up friction. But in space, you're dealing with things that are far beyond your control. Yeah, I don't think my speed is going to be kind of what I'm desiring for this test here, actually. Now that I think about it a bit more. Yeah, I'm going a little bit too fast. Alright, we'll just speed it up there, see what happens. I don't honest to God think we're surviving this. Yeah, just right into the side of a mountain. So, we're going to revert to launch, and we're going to try and execute a much better burn. So, stage 1 booster, that's fine. Turning on the SAS and increasing the throttle now. As soon as the booster runs out or we hit 10,000 meters, we're going to take a 45-degree angle to the horizon, and that'll hopefully give us a nice trajectory to then modify our escape on using the Terrier engine. And if that ends up not working, what I will do is I will just add more fuel to the Terrier engine, and then be done with it like that. That feels like the right call. Okay, so almost out of fuel here in the Thumper booster engine. And then we're pretty much going to be turning directly 45 degrees, and we're going to try and keep our speed just a little bit below Mach 1 for a little bit. I just want to get that angle right is the big thing at the moment. Come on, let me turn it a little bit more. And all we want to do is make sure our apoapsis is above 70,000. Where's my ship? Okay, the engine is on. It was just far away. Okay, and our apoapsis is now 95,000. So we do actually have a bit of fuel. God, why? I don't know why it zooms out so much. We do actually have a bit of fuel saved for orbital maneuvers now. So I'm gonna grab the temperature. Cool, done that again. Report. Grab that from the upper atmosphere. How's the goo doing? Oh, cool. So we can actually. I want to recover this goo now because I've forgotten to do it in upper atmosphere every other time we've taken a mission here. Observe Mr. Goo and observe Mr. Goo. Wait, damn it. Okay, I think that wasn't necessarily the right kind. No, no, of course it was perfectly all right. All right, so this is science I really want to recover now. How is our apoapsis doing? Just fine. Okay. All right, we're gonna slow it down there quickly. We're gonna stabilize ourselves according to the nav ball here. That's what I'm looking at the moment. Our apoapsis isn't too far away. We should be good to go shortly. We do have a good excess of delta V available to us, which is quite nice actually. Right. 94,000. I'll hit it. I'll hit the engines. Right. And whilst we are staying a little bit ahead of our engines, we want to make sure that we're actually catching the right amount of delta V. I also want to make sure that whilst we do get our periapsis above 70,000, that we also don't get it too far above 70,000, if you get me. Right. Stay on the apoapsis here. Go on. Go on. No. They're playing chicken with the apoapsis now. Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Stop, 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 stop. Piloting is honestly quite difficult. There is a very, very useful mod called MechJeb that like takes care of all the piloting maneuvers for you. But I suppose piloting is also part of the challenge, isn't it? Like you can plan perfect missions, but sometimes you know you gotta be able to follow through them as well. Jeez, but I had a frog in my throat. Okay, we got ourselves a periapsis there, and it's at 74,000 meters, and we still have some fuel to recover. Awesome. So we've done it. We've achieved orbit. Wonderful. That's a nice milestone there. So let's go for a couple rounds. Oh Jesus. So yeah, as you can see there, we've just been orbiting for 5 days. That's how long this mission's been going on for. Once we're back at the apoapsis, we can change our position a bit and burn back down to the periapsis. The purpose of that will be to. I didn't bring a decoupler for this. This is fine. The purpose of this will be to actually use atmospheric drag to slow us down. So hopefully this won't work out too poorly for me. Just going around the corner now. Okay, and we're in atmosphere, so I might save a bit of fuel actually for a bit of deceleration later on. But I think the atmosphere will actually do most of the heavy lifting here. I'm just gonna turn off the SAS for the time being because I feel the need to conserve electricity. Actually, you know what? I really don't. I don't have to conserve electricity at all. I'm doing fine for electricity. Every time I pilot the vessel, it uses up a little bit of electricity. So I've kind of got to be quite particular about how I'm using it. Okay. But everything's still intact, which is lovely. Didn't log the temperature whilst I was up in space, did I, though? Oh well. Can't win them all, I suppose. And for crew reports, yeah, we do already have one. That's fine. Let's have a quick look at our apoapsis, see how high we are up now on the other side of things. Okay, yeah, so I'm pretty sure that this one pass-through will allow us to come all the way back. It's been the case where I've actually been able to recover kerbonauts like from deep orbit simply by passing through the atmosphere like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of times. Or thousands of times was probably more accurate, not hundreds of thousands. But like, it's a lot. But it's possible to just recover Kerbals through atmosphere. It's pretty sick. Like you feel kind of like Master Chief when you do it. Crashing in through atmosphere. Oh, what a satisfying feeling. Because every Kerbal comes equipped with a parachute, so all you need to do is like, you know, get them at the right speed and then just hope they don't tragically die. Which I suppose is the most you can really hope for many people. And our periapsis is dropping, and it will eventually just rejoin with KERBAL. Our apoapsis will kind of align with us again. It'll slowly catch up to us as the periapsis disappears. Which is grand. We're not too far away from the Space Center now at the moment, actually. In an ideal world, you will land your craft pretty close to... Oh. You'll end up landing your craft pretty close to the space station, because it brings down the cost of recovering your vessel, but the cost is kind of negligible. Unless you're playing on like very hard difficulties. But we're just playing on the normal career mode now, so that's a different issue altogether. How are you doing there? Where's the periapsis? Okay, so the periapsis is almost like completely just disappeared on the other side of the planet now. So we'll be expecting to land maybe somewhere on this peninsula or in the ocean. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe here. I don't know, because the periapsis is going to start moving towards me as I slow down further. How's my craft doing? Well, it's seen better days, but it's also not doing terribly. It's starting to get a little toasty in atmosphere, but it's starting to slow down now, which is always a saving grace. Things start to get dangerous. I will just end up using the last of my fuel, but we should be fine for the time being. Okay, I'm going to slow things down. I'm going to start spinning my craft just to alleviate some of the heat. Gotta roll it through, be all good. No issues here. Up. Come on now. Just gotta hold off the heat. That's all it is. It's a battle against the element of fire itself. Not even fire. This is straight up friction. Like, the flames you're seeing here is just air getting heated by the fact it's bristling off my fast-moving craft. So, I don't know, that's kind of interesting in and of itself. Okay, I need to make sure I'm trying to keep this tail pointed where I need it to be. Right, I'm trying to use... Oh, budge. Okay, well, I lost one of my goo canisters there, which is unfortunate at best. And kind of tragic at worst, but what can you do? Oh, no. Oh, we're in a spin now, we're in a spin. We're losing more and more components off the ship. As long as we don't lose that parachute, we should be fine. Oh, we're losing more of the science stuff as well. That's... Oh, no, come on. You can do it. I know you can do it. Just gonna try and shelter that last remaining science pod there behind my engine. Just trying to create as much surface area as we can to bring us in. Oh, come on. Come on, slow down more. Oh God. These are some pretty rough atmospheric forces. We've lost every single thermometer. None of them have survived re-entry. And I'm pretty sure I'm out of electricity, so I no longer have any control over the actual ship. It's in kind of in God's hands now. Okay. Well, I don't know. I've got a bit of an okay feeling about this. Like, it's not the worst thing that's ever happened. Where is it looking like we're going to be landing? Okay, we're going to fall just short of this peninsula here, so we'll be landing in the water. Hey, but at least we'll be alive, right? Right? We can actually transmit that. Oh, never mind, we can't. We don't have any comms vessels, of course. And I have no electricity as well, so... Just gotta make do with what we have. I think we'll make it, though. Okay, maybe not. I honestly couldn't say. At this point, it's anyone's game. It is up to forces beyond me to determine whether or not we live. I don't think it's going to be a survivable landing. I really don't think so. We're too close and we're too fast. We need to go below Mach 1, so we need to lose another 300 meters per second off our speed. And I don't think we're going to get it in time. I just don't. I might try and save... Wait, might we? No. No, we're not going to get it in time. No, the parachute just... Ow. That's unfortunate. So we're going to revert to vehicle assembly. I think there's something needs to change here. What needs to change? I think I need to move all the science onto this pod here and get rid of the engines. So yeah, all the science goes on the actual command pod, and I'm going to put a decoupler in here so that when we actually come back, we're able to recover things correctly. Are there any additional devices I can pop on there to make life easier? Not really. Not really. And we're playing it pretty skinny, I suppose is the way I put it. Like, we're not making it up here with a lot of fuel. Mark 4. So we did technically achieve orbit with the Mark 3. We just didn't survive orbit with the Mark 3. So that's a bit of an issue. But hopefully Mark 4 will resolve that now, given that we're gonna have a decoupler, so we're gonna be shedding like a good bit of weight. Alright, so here's to a bit of success. What's our apoapsis looking like now? Okay. Nothing spectacular like, but it's something. The ship itself is doing alright. It's kind of as expected. That's a good temperature log there. Turn you a little bit. And then start your engines. I know it's not easy. I know it's not. I know it's not. I know it's not. I have to go to the map to check how we're doing. But I can't because we're not stable just yet. Okay, what's our apoapsis like? Okay, we're done it. Cool. We've broken 70,000 meters, so we're actually going to be able to get in orbit now. Okay, cool. And we have a good bit of fuel left in the actual ship. I don't understand why it's so far away. Okay, Kerbal shores, that's fine. Log temperature. Upper atmosphere. Cool. Can I observe mystery goo here? Yes, I can. Upper atmosphere is perfectly acceptable. Observe mystery goo and observe mystery goo. So 2 goo observations. Perfectly adequate. And we can log the temperature here in the upper atmosphere as well. Pretty sure I've already done that, but just to be playing it safe. Review that. So that's the shores. View this. That's the upper atmosphere. Okay, so we are fine there. I can actually reset this. Yeah, I'll reset that experiment just so we have it free. Take a crew report. Yeah, we'll take one of the upper atmosphere if we don't have one already. Now we're gonna like position our craft a bit better to get that atmospheric burn that we require. And then we'll be able to fly around the entire planet. It'll be awesome. It'll be great fun. Right. Oh, well, we're cutting a little bit close, but there we go. Hopefully we'll be able to get a nice periapsis up. And also recover our poor little Kerbals. Yeah, stay just in front of the apoapsis there. That's kind of the way to do it. Okay. So far, so good. We're picking up the kind of desired orbital velocity, which is what I'm after. I'm pretty sure we need to hit 2,000, not 2,200, just at like a relatively low orbit. Go on, show me there what you got. Starting to see a periapsis now. Almost have orbit. We've almost done it, lads. Speed up time just a little bit. Okay. There we go. We've achieved orbit. We'll do one quick run around, just to celebrate, a victory lap, if you will. And then we will begin the arduous process of bringing ourselves back out of orbit. Just one planet of many. One small rock in a solar system of many, many astral bodies. But you know what? That's totally fine. We're content with orbiting this little one for the time being. We'll get out there shortly enough. Okay, so with our very first pass of actually no, I can't warp to a specific location yet because I don't have the thing upgraded. With our with our very first orbit completed, we're gonna now try recover the vessel. And hopefully this time it'll go well. The other times, you know, we had our issues. I'm not gonna say that we didn't crash and explode and burn and die, because you know maybe we did, but not in this timeline. We're fine. Oh, okay. Let's just bring the periapsis down here. Cool. That's technically an atmosphere. I need to do the same on the other side. It is imperative that I live. Shockingly enough, I know. Okay, and then I'm going to hope to bring the apoapsis down to atmospheric levels as well. You will notice that because we're actually in atmosphere now, we're below the 70,000 meters, that this does count as a region of space, rather, where you can't warp any faster than ×4 speed. So, if we go back to our ship, we should be doing alright. I forgot to take any temperature measurements in space, didn't I? Oh well. We're not going to overwrite an existing one. Tell you what, we can take a temperature. Yeah, we can take a temperature log wherever we land. I think that'll be good. How's our apoapsis doing? Okay, it has come down now, which is nice. You'll notice as well that as you approach the periapsis, the bottom of your orbit, your speed will actually pick up. This is, imagine, like, the best way to describe orbit in general is throwing yourself at the ground and missing. You're essentially falling into this potential. Tell you what, it's easier to describe it like this. Going from this point here, you know, I'm gonna just quickly run my engines a bit. There we go. Okay, that maybe wasn't ideal, but you know, it is what it is. Going from where the apoapsis was here to the periapsis here, you're actually going down a slope. Along this slope, you're picking up speed until you get flung around the other side with the speed you have at this point, all the way back up. And as you're going back up to this point, you're slowing down again, only for you to kind of pass that apoapsis and end up actually picking up that speed again. So that is just essentially the fundamentals of how orbits work. It's this constant back and forth between picking up speed and slowing down in this elliptical fashion. Elliptical being like, you know, not quite a circle, but a loop. A loop is a good way to look at it. Okay, how are we doing here for dying? I think I might have actually burnt a bit too much. How's our periapsis here? Okay, it's only 22,000 meters, so it's still technically in atmosphere. We're picking up speed, I suppose, because we're going towards the periapsis. Hopefully we will be in a position to actually start getting rid of some speed now, though. That'll be good. Every other time I've actually lost a bunch of the science due to the fact that, well, simply due to the fact that we were a bit too heavy. I think we were coming in too fast, and I think shedding the extra weight of this engine will be the right call. Yeah, and I think angling it up here mightn't be the worst idea. So yeah, we just gotta keep. Oh, So we're gonna try and keep things steady here. I'm gonna turn off the SAS just to conserve electricity in case I need to pull any funky maneuvers. But now, more or less, we're kind of in the hands of physics at the moment. So here's hoping physics is on our side for once. Gonna keep up the rolling. There, we're starting to lose speed now, which is good. The atmospheric drag is having the desired effect because we don't have access to drogue parachutes, so we can't actually deploy parachutes up at, like, you know, very high altitudes. So, oh, we might actually be able to. This actually might be it. I think it might have actually been the weight of the engine that was previously the issue. Okay. Okay, all we gotta do is keep this cockpit spinning, and that'll dissipate heat, which is pretty great. And you know what? We did actually manage to orbit Kerbal, so that is an achievement in and of itself. Hopefully, the science we get back from this adventure will allow us to progress that bit more. Oh, we're reaching desired speeds now. So I am gonna turn on the SAS just to lock our rotation there. We might actually have it done. It looks like it's gonna be a bit of a bumpy landing on the ground, but hopefully, you know, it'll be able to take the shock of landing. Normally it will be if we have the parachute deployed. Now, is there a thermometer free? Log temperature whilst flying over the grasslands. Don't mind if I do. Right, we'll take that there. You can actually see the debris, the engine that we ejected, still flying because it's got all that extra mass to it, so it's gonna just keep on going. Okay, am I in the right? I'm not in the right range just yet, for altitude or speed. But if I spin, actually, will that slow me down some more? I might actually be able to meet the requirements of this contract here. I might not be. You know what? That's fine if I'm not able to. I much prefer living. Alright, we're gonna speed things up here as well now, because we should be coming into land pretty gently very soon. There we go, and there's the full deployment of the parachute. Lovely, we've actually managed to survive it now. The key was, you hear the explosion over the horizon. That would have been us if we kept that engine. With or without the parachute. Lovely, so we managed to make it back down. That's exactly what we're after. We can take another temperature log from the actual surface as well. Right, I'm going to quickly stop us from speeding up there, just to have the physics not go at me too bad. Okay, log temperature, and from Kerbal's grasslands. Lovely. And we're actually going to have a quick EVA. I'm going to hop out of the vehicle here, just to EVA report. It's from Kerbal's grasslands, but how about now? No, that's still from Kerbal's grasslands. How about now? There we go. I was flying over Kerbal's grasslands. Yeah, that's a little trick you can kind of do to get yourself a bit more extra science in a cheeky way. Is just jumping. You jump over a surface. That does actually count as flying in that relative biome. So it's a nice way to pick up some extra science if you just want to take your Kerbal outside and jump up. Right. Oh, 52.6 science earned. We can go and get ourselves some cool new tech now. Oh, we're so close to heavy rocketry. Yeah, those are some good systems there, but I actually might leave that in lieu of... Oh, what would I want? Radial decouplers probably is the right call. So extra stability. Survivability. Do I want survivability? Yeah, probably do. Aviation. Not too bothered about aviation just for the time being. General construction. Bring extra cabin. Take structural fuselage. I'm going to go with survivability. I'm going to save the rest of my research just in case. If anyone has anything they'd like me to research in particular, do let me know. I'll do my best to accommodate those desires. So, to explore the moon. The MUN, rather. So we need to fly by, and we need to return to Kerbin from a flyby. We need to gather scientific data from the moon. Alright. Alright, let's strive for that then. Did I actually pick up the contract or no? If I didn't pick up the contract, I still have to do this one. If I still haven't picked up the contract, that's fine. Just hop back here and we'll grab Explore the Moon. So, we need to create a vessel capable of not only getting into orbit, you know, we're going to start a whole new thing. SGJ, oh, that should be capitalized. GJ. Goodness, spelling in this is like frustrating. Okay, you know what, we'll just Moon Orbiter. There we go. SGJ. Game, please. Please let me just type. I'm a humble man. This is what, the Mark V? Pretty sure? Yeah. So we're gonna make ourselves a Moon Orbiter. So what we're gonna need is command pod. Always gonna need a command pod. I'm gonna zoom in here on this guy now. And we are going to attach the essentials. So I'm going to take a big fuel tank. You know what? Actually, no. I'm going to grab myself a heat shield if I picked one up. I have indeed. A heat shield for the bottom of the ship. This will protect it from... rather, it'll help protect it from different... It'll help protect it from environmental friction. Atmospheric friction, that's the one. So that's why that's important. Now, communication. I might also take an antenna with me. Yeah, that feels right. And I will pop it here, the other side of the flag. And I will actually, once I've popped it there, I will take the part and I will rotate it a little bit so that it sticks up and lies a bit more flush with the craft, if you get me. It is rotating correctly there, right? Yeah. Having it lying flush with the craft is definitely a lot safer. Okay. Now I'm going to need to stack on my science. You may notice now I have a new barometer as well, so that's quite fun. So, 4 of you guys, just outside this door here. Lovely job. I'm going to take 4 barometers. Pop you here. I'm going to take 4 thermometers and pop you here. Just to grab extra information. And that doesn't block the cockpit, which is nice. It means that when we do actually land back on Kerbin, we'll be able to get out and do a little bit more science after all. Lovely. Okay, and I'm probably going to pop on, I'm going to say 2 drogue chutes, just to help us recover the craft a little bit more easily. So, drogue chutes should always fire before your main parachute, just to help slow you down. Okay, comms, electrical, thermal, ground. Should we put legs? I don't think so. I don't think so. It won't be needed, hopefully. But you know what? 3 legs. We've had worse. We've had worse situations. Give us 3 legs there. No, I'll just put the first leg just back here. There we go. And with 3 legs, we should hopefully be able to survive pretty much any issue that comes our way. I'm going to rotate these guys as well, just to make sure that we have our feet where we want them to be, facing down towards the ground. And then I'm going to move them into the craft just a bit more, just to lie a little bit more flush with the actual machine itself, if you get me. Right. That's a strange rotational way to do it there. I don't actually like that. I'm going to push it back up this way. Is everything else there lying fine? It is. Okay, cool. Then I'll start these legs retracted. Deploy shielded. Start retracted. Yeah, there we go. And keeping it like that will help diminish our profile as we go up as well. So right, that's kind of the primary cockpit designed for the Mark V. Now, fuel tanks. No, we need a decoupler as well. Hey, Loco. So this craft is going to be our first moon flyby and orbiter. So, actually, no, it is just going to be a flyby. It's just a flyby past the moon, and then it's going to have to be recoverable as well. So we're doing a little contract at the moment to fly by the moon, gather scientific data from the moon, and to return to Kerbin from a flyby of the moon. So, using the parts we have on hand, that's kind of the ambition so far. And welcome. It's nice to have you along. A Terrier here for pulling off orbital maneuvers, and then a big fuel tank because we're gonna need a lot of Delta V once we get out there. That is ordered correctly. Yeah, cool. I say a lot of Delta V. The fact is, this engine is actually very efficient for the maneuvers we need to perform, so that's what makes us want to bring the Terrier. Not just the fact that it's small and light compared to the rest of the engines. Right, then we're going to want another big guy here. You know, I'm actually going to have a look at the... Where do I get to see the thrust to... Yeah, the thrust to weight ratio. That's an important metric for making sure your engine can actually get off the ground properly. And I want to make sure that's adequately high, if you get me. And thank you very much. Right. So zooming out a little bit here. Thrust to weight ratio, where are you? Should just come up as a number here, should it not? Show all. Right. Okay, 2.61. That's actually pretty decent. Then I will slap on some radial decouplers because I just picked that up from the science lab. This is career mode as well, actually, so that's also something to note. We're taking it a bit more slowly than we would if we were trying to do it creatively. But we also have the parts, then would have to be careful of that. Right, how's the actual limit there? Okay, 2.4, not 2.04 rather. Okay, still fine, still doable, still maneuverable. And will I be able to take... No, okay, that's over the part limitation. So could I technically stack on... Okay, I could get one kickback, but then that's pushing it. Okay, I'm amazed that's actually not too heavy. I'm delighted about that. See, the difficulty is most of the parts actually come from the fact that we have a very sophisticated kind of like cockpit here, or rather a command pod. So we don't really get to have too many toys when it comes to fiddling with the rest of the rocket. But hopefully this will pan out all right. Okay, so we're gonna save that bad boy. We're gonna launch it. We're gonna see how it goes. We've just gotten access to the barometer now as well, so I'm gonna take some data at the launch pad. I might actually do the crew report at the launch pad as well. Oh, it's night. Lovely. No, I can't warp to morning from this position here. That's fine. Alright, so crew report. Okay, from launch pads, taken care of. Observe mystery goo. Have we done that from the launch pad? Whoops. Have we done that from the launch pad? We have indeed. Have we taken a temperature from the launch pad? We have not. And we haven't definitely not taken a pressure from the launch pad. Okay, so just grabbing that extra bit of science there, because it's handy and nice. Where is the moon located at the moment? Actually, no, it doesn't terribly matter. Oh, you know what I will do? I'll actually go back to the Space Center. And I will do a couple of things. So I'm going to recover that craft just so we get the extra science there. That's nice. I'm going to see if I can... that's a tracking station. So I need to go out of this guy and upgrade it using the funds we've acquired from doing the other contracts so that we can get better conics. Okay. Cool. Okay, cool. So conics, by the way, if you don't know what those are, they're used for kind of predicting the trajectories of our launches, and hopefully they will allow us to... Okay, cool. I have 2 copies of this for some reason. That's fine. They will allow us to make more accurate kind of transitions. So for a trip to the moon, it's possible to do it without using the conics, but I just feel far more comfortable doing it that way. Okay, and we have taken the data there from the launch pad because we recovered that craft. So without any further ado, let's turn the SAS on. Oh, lovely, because Jeb leveled up on his last trip. We actually have access to holding prograde and retrograde as well, which means like essentially forwards and backwards with respect to the direction the craft is taking. Right. Oh, I love that. Just the plume of smoke that comes out of the bottom of the engine. So yes, as mentioned before, whenever we hit 10,000 meters, more or less, we are going to take a bit of a turn at 45 degrees to the horizon, and hopefully that'll help us get into orbit. We are bringing a lot more fuel this time around. so that is handy out. Oh, there's the moon up there. We're coming for you. But it's important to note that because we're bringing a lot of extra fuel, the thumper actually won't bring us... Is it a thumper or a kickback? I think this is a thumper. It won't actually bring us to as high a speed or as great a height as it did on the previous ship. So we're just going to keep... Uh-oh, it's a bit top heavy. I was worried that might happen. Okay, it's possible just to cycle through this, but we're going to lose some... We are going to lose a decent bit of delta V just the fact that we're suffering a lot of drag right now. Booger. I might need to take off a fuel tank and add some wings just for a bit more stability. That's unfortunate, but can't really be helped at this point because I don't actually have access to like any stronger reaction wheels. And the gimbal on this engine isn't much. Actually, maybe just substituting it out for revert flight, revert to vehicle assembly. Substituting out that engine for a swiveling engine might actually be the right call. Here, let's grab decoupler as well. No, not the decoupler. There we go. Yeah. So the swivel, the reason I would take the Reliant over the swivel is that the Reliant weighs less and has more thrust, so it's got a better like weight to thrust ratio. But I'm thinking of taking the swivel now simply because of the fact that it will give me a bit more control, especially when I'm already at my parts limit. Ah, that puts me over my weight limit. Oh, darn. Okay, tell you what. We'll save the Mark 6 here for the time being. And I think we'll see if we can upgrade our launch pad to tolerate heavier vehicles. Or is it the... Yeah, okay. So it's you who suffer from the weight, and then, you know, we can put a bit of money into actually, you know, yeah, okay. So with this kind of like put together now, we should be able to build much heavier craft. Yeah, and crafts with more parts as well. So you know what? We'll slap on 3 of these guys here. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. Just gotta get that lined up right. Okay, so had to spend a little bit of money to make this more doable, but at the end of the day, I think it's the right call. We'll get rid of... No, not the engine. No, not the engine. There we go, the decoupler. And we'll actually be able to slap on some winglets as well, just to give ourselves a little bit more control whilst we're still passing through atmosphere. And some aerodynamic nose cones, just in case. Okay, so the Mark 6 is definitely a prettier looking rocket, but I do not want to detach the rockets as soon as I fire them. Right, this should prove a much more effective craft. Oh, yep, upgrading the VAV. Sorry, I just saw the comment there. That's exactly what I ended up doing because you know that's just the perfect call, really. Great minds think alike, I suppose. Right, without any further ado, we are going to set up for the launch. There is a touch of latency in the chat as well. In the actual stream, only about like 10 seconds or so, as far as I'm aware, as far as like, you know, my numbers are going. So I might take me a little moment as well, like to peel my eyes away from the screen to have a look at the chat every now and then. But yeah, so far so good. I mean, these three boosters are definitely doing the work that one wasn't. Okay, it is dark. I'm gonna turn on the light in case, you know, Jebediahs get scared. You know, wouldn't the worst thing... Okay, so we've actually, my stupidness aside, we've actually hit the required threshold here. We're actually at like almost Mach 3, which is a bit too fast. We're going to detach those rockets. They explode beautifully right away from my tail fin, which I appreciate. Let's see if we can turn the craft a little bit, and then we are going to start our second engine. Come on, and let's go for it. Okay, cool. Let's rotate a bit now. Couldn't honestly tell you why. I didn't do anything to the controls that would like indicate that it would, you know, turn to orbit there. But hey, we've hit, our apoapsis rather has hit a height that is outside of the atmosphere. So now we're just going to cruise up on gently, and then hopefully we're going to be able to fly by the MUN and collect some science. Which I should have taken more pressure readings on the way up, but I was getting a little bit anxious about it, to be honest. Log pressure data. Okay. Upper atmosphere. Cool. Any more science I can do from the upper atmosphere here? Mystery goo, perhaps, or crew report. No, all good there. And temperature as well. Okay, cool. So we don't really need to pick up any science from here. our parts are drifting back down to Kerbin at that point, which is awesome. Right, so far so good. Eerily quiet though. The music will kick in now though. Right? There we go. Okay. Only a little bit late. Observe Mr. Goo then. Okay, it's become brittle. Lovely. A pressure reading in space will not yield much, but you know, that's. I'm glad it obeys the conventional laws of physics. Log temperature here. Space near Kerbin. Okay, so let's have a look at our. Okay, so our arc is actually pretty short, so I'm going to need to maneuver the vessel just a little bit before we get started. Okay, so we're going to hit the apoapsis in 22 seconds. This is another part of the patch conics and the upgrade to the radar station that will make this trip a lot easier. You know, I get to judge these a little bit better. So when I hit 10 seconds, there we go. Lovely. Okie dokie. I'm going to turn the nav ball just for my own convenience. I'm going to pull it back a little bit above the apoapsis because, as I mentioned before, staying a little bit ahead of the apoapsis gives you a bit more fine control over how you're managing it, and it is more efficient in terms of the delta V you're expending. I think. I say that as if it's like, you know, a tried and tested rule. I know it's best practice to stay on top of the apoapsis. And staying in front of it just makes that generally easier, I suppose. Right. Come back to me. There we go. Lovely job. Okay. That's fine. We have the Terrier for a reason. It'll just be a little bit of a slower burn, but we're absolutely gonna hit the required delta V to get ourselves a periapsis that is in orbit. Now, what we need to be concerned about is making sure we can actually perform a successful flyby. So that is where the patch conics become essential, because it's possible to plan routes as far as I'm aware. I say that, but, you know, I don't have an orbit yet, so I don't think I can actually. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's another building I actually have to upgrade in order to have the navigational tracking. Is that true? Mission control, maybe? Oh, it might be. It might be. How much cash do I actually have as a resource? I can't really see it whilst I'm up here. Might be enough. Oh, I do have the periapsis coming up now, though, which is good. Ah, you know what? We can figure it out. I'm pretty sure that if we just, like, you know, spend long enough floundering around in space, that something cool will happen. Right. Gotta keep trying to get this periapsis up. There we go. Okay, and now we have officially hit orbit, so that's good. Do a couple runs around the planet so everyone knows we're on the same square. And yeah, it appears that we'd have to actually upgrade buildings. Alright, so what I'm going to do then is I am going to go to the Space Center. And I'm going to see if there's an upgrade I can perform that'll allow me to get back. I will say now that this means that I can no longer revert the flight. So hopefully we'll be fine. Flight planning is available. Yep, so I needed this upgrade. So we've only got, like, you know, 9,500 KERBAL dollars or whatever the currency is there to actually, you know, do the next couple missions with, but it should be fine because this mission should be quite lucrative. Getting all the science, getting to there and back. Okay, we still have the legs on us. I completely forgot the legs. How are we for temperature logging as well? Space near Kerbin. Right, we'll keep you logging pressure. Pretty sure I've already taken these on these instruments. Ah, jeez. Let's review the data there. Yeah. Okay. So you know what? I will actually we'll keep you. And I will reset these experiments. Just because we don't need the extra data for the. Because we don't need the extra data for barometers or thermometers. You do need to collect 4 sets of data, though, for the mystery goo, just to make sure that everything is nice and concurrent. But hopefully we'll be able to catch some information shortly enough. So, from the periapsis, we can add a maneuver. And we'll get to see how much delta V this maneuver costs. And we are just looking to perform a flyby of the moon, so. Okay. That's not as expensive. You know, we'll move this around, see what the cheapest what the cheapest maneuver we can perform is. Okay, it's looking like... Could we go cheaper? Could we go cheaper? We could go cheaper. We could go even cheaper. Okay. Now if we bring this back even further... Okay, that's about as cheap as we can go, realistically. Alright, and where's this node, then? 30 minutes. Okay, cool. So, tell you what, we can warp to here, and then we can position ourselves to maneuver, and then hopefully we'll actually perform the fly by the moon that we're hoping for. Oh, wonderful. We've actually got additional information here as well about our orbit. So our apoapsis, you can see there's 81,000 kilometers, and our periapsis is currently about 70,000 kilometers. So we're just very barely above atmosphere. Okay, I need to start burning now. We probably should have started burning a little bit sooner than that. It's fine. It is a flyby, so that means we actually are going to be coming back into orbit of Kerbin automatically, just by the nature of a flyby. Okay. It's a long burn. It's costing us a lot of delta V, but as I said, hopefully we'll be making it out. Once our own apoapsis here actually meets a projected flyby of the moon, I will cut the engines and save what fuel I can. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Very good. Okay, so we've actually managed to save a little more, save even more fuel than we were kind of anticipating, which is a great sign. It's a really, really good thing. Okay. So we are very shortly going to head into high Kerbin orbit, which is above 180,000, I'm quite sure. Do I get any additional information about my own positioning? No, okay. Actually, I suppose if I were just to go here, I could see, yeah, I'm quite a way away. So I'll take a crew report, I'll beam that back, given that I actually did bring the, the antenna on this mission. That's the temperature and barometric data there, and I'm going to take the temperature in space high over Kerbin, here and here. Wait, what? What? View data. Upper atmosphere. Oh, right, of course. We're going to keep you... I suppose we need to take a pressure data reading here. Space high over Kerbin. Okay. That's fine. And then temperature... Already got that temperature. So I'm going to save this apparatus and this apparatus for the actual flyby of the moon. And I'm also going to take... You know, I'll take the mystery goo observations here. Yeah, that seems like the right call. Yeah. I know I would get more science from the actual moon itself, but I'm thinking of making like 2 trips, I suppose, just for scientific purposes. I've always wanted to say that. Okay. So... Okay. Bring us up to the moon, then. And thankfully our periapsis is still quite some ways away, so we're not going to, like, run the risk of crashing into the moon. Which, I have done before. We all make mistakes. Okay, lovely. So now I'm in orbit of the moon. This is a new world first. Lovely. Oh, that's made us loads of cash as well. Awesome. So we're going to close you for the time being. And we are going to take a crew report around the moon. We're going to beam that back. Hopefully that won't be too expensive electric. Never mind, actually. We didn't have enough charge. So we've got a stored crew report there, which is fine. And we have a thermometer here to keep a temperature scan from the moon. We can log the pressure data here from over the moon as well. So now all we have to do is essentially get back. I know, it sounds easy, right? Guarantee you it won't be. Because we might have to actually perform some atmospheric braking, which could be quite tricky. Okay, we're still a good while away, and I want to make sure that I don't bring it too low, because I will not have the... Well, I simply will not have the resources available to, you know, prevent myself from burning and dying if I mess this up. So, gotta keep an eye on the periapsis here. Actually, keep an eye on the periapsis here quite easily. Alright, I want to make sure that's just below, let's say 65,000. In fairness, I think it actually is going to stop this rotation now. So I honest to God feel like it's gonna, yeah, the apoapsis there has to dip below 70,000, and then it's just gonna be a nice gentle decay. No need for a rescue mission at this point. Though I would have entertained the idea, certainly. Oh, I'm delighted. This is what I'm after. This is what I'm really after. Okay. Let's keep an eye. Let's keep these pinned now, because that's a great new trick to know. Can we pin this as well? No. Would have been nice to. I just want to start pinning everything. Okay. Great, great, great. You know, I know it makes no sense, but I would always love to like see a bit of infrastructure around the rest of the planet. I know that would be like, obscenely difficult to manage and for like would not really need to be done for any reason. But it'd be nice to like see urban centers and like, the dark side of Kerbin to have the planet light up a little bit. That'd be cool. But yes, there it goes. Our apoapsis is now actually below 70,000, so got it made. Right, this drogue doesn't look like it's going to be opening in any kind of safe way, so I'm going to disarm that for the time being, just because I don't want it to break unnecessarily. I'm worried actually it might be a little low down, but I will learn to live with my fears, is the gist of it. Oh, we are starting to slow down now, which is great. Proper braking. We're finally done. Goodness. I just really hope the science survives. I don't want any of that breaking off. How are we doing here? Doing all right there, Jeb? One nice big look at the space itself. I mean, they only created a space center, and then I think there's also like a small aerostrip away, like on an island near the space center. Like that's their only infrastructure, and it's like crazy because imagine any other civilization existing purely to get to space. I suppose it's lovely as like a lore touch for the Kerbals to be like, yep, absolutely that obsessed. But it's a fun one. Okay, we're starting to encounter some proper heat now. And this is where the ablator comes important. I might retract the legs just for safety. There we go. If things start getting too plucky, I will pull them back. Yeah. Probably the right call there. Keeping it hidden behind the heat shield is generally the right idea. Oh god, we're coming in a lot faster than I was kind of anticipating. Oh, this isn't great, actually. No, it's fine, it's fine. Jettison the heat shield. Activate the drogue chutes. Lovely, okay. This has all turned out perfectly. This is exactly the way I wanted it to be. Was there a thermometer I could use here? Flying over the shores. Alright, it's not the desert anymore. Reset that experiment then. We'll deploy the last parachute then, just to rectify things just a touch. Oh, that's after all that work, it did end up being worth it, which is great. Uh-oh. Please don't land on your head. That is bad. Okay, I'm gonna cut that chute there. Okay, never mind. It all worked out just fine. Cool. Okay. Gears are deployed. Recovered everything. We're actually gonna be landing in the water or no? You know, at this point it doesn't matter. We've actually finally managed to recover the Mark 6 after about an hour and 15 minutes of flight time. Like, for us, the humans. Oh, it's coming back down. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jeb. Impeccable. Impeccable stuff. Oh, we're gonna make it. This is like the most satisfying landing. Now bring it down the speed. Oh, there we go. And the suspension does not break either, which is ideal. Alright, let's grab that last thermometer. Go a bit more science before we head home. There we go. This is the one. Just the right temperature to go for a swim. I feel like I need to swim. Drenched in sweat. I'm not really drenched in sweat, but like, you can imagine that Jeb's been up there for a couple days straight. He's probably had a bit of a while. EVA report, my friend. Yeah, let's keep the experiment. Then let's fall on your ass. That's a great idea. I was also going to suggest grabbing this guy here and then storing your experiment and heading back off the ladder, doing a little jumping and doing the EVA report. And if you do that, if you jump and then do the EVA report, you will actually manage to grab yourself a flying EVA report, which is worth a good bit of science by itself. So we'll keep that experiment and we'll get back in the ship. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Let's get onto it there. Well done. Right. And with that we can recover the vessel. Mission success. Oh, crikey. Oh, and 152.6 science earned? That is... Look, that was quite the romp, but oh, and look at our bank. When we actually like were mid-flight, we only had like, I don't know, 9,000 KERBAL dollars or whatever to our name, and now we're up at 500,000. Oh, this is wonderful. This is what we were after here. Okay. So we can have a look at a bit more science then. You know what I'm going to do actually? I'm going to have a quick look at the mission control. What is it we need to do? We need to explore the moon. Orbit and return from an orbit. Well, tell you what, we'll do this mission. We'll do this mission and then we'll call the stream there. So, explore the moon. Don't mind if I do. I still have to test this parachute. Whoops, kind of forgot to do it there. I was caught up in everything else. Okay, are there any new bits and bobs we can use to make this mission easier on ourselves? Reaction wheels are nice. Basic science is handy. Ooh. As much as I want to bring a science junior out to the moon, I don't really have the strength yet. So, oh, the battery's really nice. How about heavy rocketry? Skipper engines, we don't really have the fuel systems for them. Do we? Oh, we do. The Rockamex. What is a drainage valve? Hang on a second. While trying to solve the initial issue with the FTX-1 series fuel line, the engineer at Flood Dynamics had an ingenious thought. What if we just failed to attach a fuel pipe at all? Interesting. So just a resource drain. Strange concept. I can imagine it being somewhat useful at some point, though. Huh. Okay, general construction. How are we doing there? Advanced construction would be the worst. Adapters, detachment manifolds. Oh. Any particular branch of the sciences that I feel is very important to someone up here? RCS equipment would actually be quite handy. Space exploration wheels, miniaturization. Ooh, that's the earliest way to get a docking port, actually. Electrics. I am a fan of the unmanned drones, so I think I actually might take this right here and now. And they got enough for one more. General construction, we're fine for that. These fuel systems aren't required just yet. That's really small stuff. And I think I might take miniaturization just to have docking ports available. Right. Okay, that feels like the right set of calls to make. Now we have one more mission to do for the evening, or for the afternoon rather. Whoops, that's where I am. Don't know why I said evening. I normally I don't do streams unless it's very late on, but you know, get the opportunity, might as well. Okay, so orbit the moon. We'd like you to go to the moon and stay there in a nice stable orbit. It isn't personal, it's science. We can't just leave vessels in orbit of the moon forever. Those things are expensive. Return one to Kerbin. Alright, boss man. Let's do this. Okay. I'm going to take the Fredobodine. I know. Who doesn't want to orbit the moon with Jeb? I'm just concerned about fuel and logistics. So I'm just gonna take that one for the time being. Okay. Fuel tank. No, I need to recover this. Oh, jeez. It's gonna be high moon orbit, so I'm gonna take 4 of these actually, because it is octagonal, which I do like. I'm gonna rotate these guys so they sit a bit more flush with the apparatus. I think that's the right call. I'm gonna move them in a bit more as well, actually. So yeah, push you in there, push you in there. Not quite what I had in mind. Can I create an action group? Actually, I can. So, custom 1. I can't actually do the science. Deploy limit. What? Oh right, that's access groups. My bad. We're going to observe the mystery goo. You know what I'm going to do actually? I'm going to pull these back out just for a second. Just to make my life easier. That's literally the only reason. Whoa. Okay, right. So action groups. Stage. Actually, no, sorry. I need to click on you first, don't I? Yeah, custom 1. Observe mystery goo. And does that work for every single goo? Oh, sweet. If so, that's really good. Okay. Then I'm going to bring a single barometer and a single thermometer. Right. Okay. For comms, will I take a high gain antenna or 2 communitrons? Okay. Should be alright if I like fold it, and then if I rotate this guy here, we should be well set. Did I rotate that too far? There we go. Okay, cool. Perfect. It's nice and set in. Any additional stuff I should bring? Illuminator mightn't hurt. That'll be fine. But not the most important thing at the moment. Chargeable battery. That's never a bad idea. And I might just take some solar panels just in case I have an issue. Yeah, where do these sit relatively? That's kind of nice. It sits over the barometer, which I don't love. No, actually, I might just put them over the... Yeah, over the science there. Right, and then I could probably move the science in then, as I kind of had initially planned. So 1 tick in that way, 1 tick in this way. Lovely. Ugh, never mind, it makes this look a little stupid. That's fine, I can deal. I can move this up 1 then. Oh. The barometer's here as well, I can move you up. Okay. I know it looks a little goofy, but if I could just, you know, use the action group to do all the science at once, then that's very favorable for me. Thermal. Let's get ourselves a heat shield. Do we need one that big? Not really. Let's take a small heat shield. Let's minimize expense where we can. Service bay, don't need one. Coupling. Teeny tiny stack separator. Yeah, why not? girder adapters. Not really necessary there. Hang on, maybe. Okay, you're gonna be handy there anyway. Or do we want something a bit more flush? Hang on, which way is more? Yeah. Yeah, okay, I'll use this one just for the timing. It's also kind of stylish, which I don't hate. Okay, so is that the command pod built? Is there anything I'm missing? I'm missing parachutes, actually. That is certainly something to keep an eye on, and I'll keep my drogues here as well. Pop 2 of those on, just because I like the drogue chutes. Okay, actually, can I just straight up move this down now? Don't need 6, but 4 should be fine. Okay, goody goody. Anything else I want or need? I said it would be nice to bring a Science Junior, but I don't really have the tech for that just yet. I do have an antenna. I have adequate electricity and a way to get more. I have radiator panels. No, I don't. I do have ablative plating though, which is nice. Okay, now I suppose it comes to building the rocket. I'm gonna just pop a terrier on here, to be honest with you. Feels like the right call in any kind of situation where you're gonna be out and about. Oh, zoom out here. Right, and a big fuel tank on you because, you know, you deserve one. T12 decoupler. Give me... Yeah, give me a big fuel tank here. Because I'm gonna need it. I will take a Reliant, I think, actually, over the swivel, just because I'm planning on... Because I've got the part capacity, I might as well put on some wings, some fins, just to give myself a bit more stability. Where is my center of aerodynamics? Right, okay, whoops. And then my center of mass is here. Okie dokie, I can work with that. Lovely. And then I will grab myself some more decouplers. These radial ones here should be perfectly suited. Then kickbacks, if I'm not mistaken. Thumpers. Kickbacks are the absolutely god-awful, enormous ones. Like, they're really the Brobdingnagdian. Crazy huge. Right. Probably take some aerodynamic nose cones just for fun. Crazy huge boosters. Zoom back out. Can anyone think of anything else I need? A name. Pop a name on. But if there's anything else you think I should have on the ship, do let me know. Mark S JG Mark 7. I'm feeling lucky actually, so MUN Orbiter. For real this time. So the trick with this guy is we have to make sure that he can both reach the moon and then decelerate adequately around it to be captured in the moon's gravity, and then escape that gravity and make it back to KERBAL. So it's not going to be easy by any count, but I think this ship has a chance of making it. Let's try it out. Okie dokie. It's night. Off to a great start. So F5 is to quick save, and F9 will be the quick load. I'll make sure to try and keep that in mind. Moon's always all the way over there at the moment, which isn't ideal, but I suppose it doesn't terribly matter. That's not how we play the game anymore. Right. Ignition. The thumpers are taking us away at the moment. Doing quite well. The rocket is starting to lean to the side. Why is it doing that? I didn't tell it to do that. Why is it doing that? Why on God's good earth is it falling over like this? Rocket! Rocket, why? Well, let's go back to the vehicle assembly. Evidently, something was not going right. Was it that my thumpers were too high up? Well, I might bring these fins down a little bit. Oh, I've got a Steam message at the moment. I might just take a moment to reply to that. Streaming at the moment. Someone was just asking me to come play Project Winter, and I actually kind of really want to. I haven't played a little bit of that in a while. I might do a stream on Project Winter as well, actually. I've been considering that recently. That could be fun. But yeah, if you're new, by all means, check out some of the other stuff. Ugh, Jesus Christ, because I'm a big fan of the Project Winter stuff myself. It's a very fun game. It's one of those deception games. You're gonna trick people and do other stuff like that. So that's always a good time. Use a swivel instead of the reliant. Ooh, that actually is a good idea. Oh, that now. Okay, I'll go back to that. Revert flight. Yeah, I'll take that advice. That's just sound advice. I just don't like. You know, I love the idea of the reliant just being like, you know, just go up, you know, and having the wings to substitute that. But I suppose these ones don't really have ailerons on them, so not much I can do. Or elevons rather. Okay. I'm an imbecile. I just started my rocket. Ugh. You know, we're gonna revert the flight back to the vehicle assembly. And I'm gonna make sure these are ordered correctly because I was a bit stupid there. Okay, that fires. This goes. I'm gonna actually make an additional stage for the drogue chutes. Okay. Save the Mark 7. Lucky number 7. There we go. Well, it's not falling over yet, but it is starting to spin for some reason. It's because it doesn't have reaction wheels. Oh, nuts. That's what it is. There's no actual stabilization. Oh, that could be problematic. That could be quite problematic. Hopefully it won't be too much of an issue now, but could actually prove to be its own unique little issue. Oh, come on, don't do me like this. Don't do me like this. Nice and easy. Let's check our apoapsis. Okay, we're well above where we need to be. We're grand. Okay, so we actually don't have reaction wheels. This is something I need to be on the lookout for. Ah, crikey. Bringing the swivel was absolutely the right idea then. Okay, we'll be there in a minute. Oh, goodness me. Okay, I'm gonna just quickly spend some delta V to actually like rotate us around a bit. Oh goodness, this is not the ideal launch. There's no reaction wheels. But I suppose you can't win them all, can you? Okay, I'm gonna see if I can rotate this as well. Just because I want to actually have the nav ball facing a comfortable direction. I know it's pedantic, but it's like it's just a comfort thing, honestly. Oh, come on, face up a little bit, face up a little bit. We want to stay ahead of that apoapsis as best we can. Oh goodness, piloting the unmanned vehicles is much trickier because you might not know it, but Jeb does a decent bit of the work actually when it comes to the piloting. Here, let's pull you back up here. Come on, apoapsis. Come on, apoapsis. Don't do me like this. Okay. Okay. Oh boy, shaky launch, say the least. probably have to swap stages in between as well, which always costs you a little bit more. Oh, unfortunate. Wait until we're up here to actually like burn the engines again. Okay, well at least we're having some kind of a periapsis. You know what? Actually, that is not a terrible orbit. How's our eccentricity? Yeah, that is very close to 0. Hey, this incredibly stupid thing ended up working. I'm just gonna eject the stage there, because honestly, we do not need it. Not for where we're going anyway at this point. Okay, right, that actually wasn't the worst thing that ever happened to me. Let's see where we're going. How do we intercept the moon? What is the cheapest way to intercept the moon, rather? Right. $800 delta V. Getting encountered there. Okay, well. Honestly, I'd prefer to catch it from the outside, so I can burn into an orbit. I think that's correct. I only vaguely know. And the closer I get my periapsis, actually, the better. That's like 1.6 million there. Basically crashing into the moon here. Yeah, basically it is crashing into the moon. But it'll be much easier to modify the apoapsis. Alright, so F5, we'll try this out. Yeah, there's the back of our ship there. Goodness, without any lights on, it is quite dark, is it not? Okay, we're not in orbit of the moon just yet though, so. But we do actually have some reaction wheels. It's just they're very, very weak and small. Okay. So we do have some spaceborne mobility. Honestly worried about that. Okay, so we're gonna start burning at T minus 21 seconds. Just to make sure we like burn evenly on either side of the target time. There we go. Engine has to be on. My god. Ugh. Sometimes it's the little things, you know? Oh. Yeah, we're gonna have so much delta V. I just hope we get what we're after, basically. Yeah, we're doing well for the burn time as well. We lost a second due to the engine not being on or whatever, but honestly, it's going surprisingly well otherwise. Okay, very, very gently bringing our periapsis down. Get rid of this for a second. This makes life easier in terms of getting the apoapsis down as well. Right, well, the moon has no atmosphere, so. Whoops! Who knows, we might actually have another chance at a flyby just by going like this. Oh, we actually will. I just warped past it. Oh my god. Okay, nice and gentle this time. I'm just messing with the moon at this point. It's playing a dangerous game. Don't mess with the moon, man. How close am I to this periapsis? God, and I am well off in terms of an actual, recovery. Okay. 2 minutes. Let me just wiggle around a bit. Point myself at the retrograde correctly. Oh. We will get around you, moon. We will do it. Let's just warp here just in case. It's unfortunate now that we're at a weird angle though, because it's probably going to make our recovery more expensive. But I do have an autosave, so you know, if it really goes terribly, we can go from there. No, apparently that's it. We just orbited the moon. Cool. Is this classified as a low orbit? Hang on, let me... Okay, lovely. And we can recover all of this science now. That's the action group I just used there, if you're curious as to why that popped up. So that lets me... lets my life be a lot easier than it otherwise has any right to be. Okay, lovely. And I can't perform any temperature scans there. That's totally fine. Anything else we need to do here? Nope, we can just leave the moon now. We're done. That was moon mission. Thank you for coming for the moon mission. It was great. We quickly stopped by orbiting the moon. Now we just need to escape the moon, and that'll bring us naturally back into Kerbin's sphere of influence, because Kerbin is the bigger astral body. And then we need to sit through another hour of atmospheric burn. I promise you, I'm not doing that to you. I would rather. It's just not a fate I would wish upon an enemy. Like, it's probably a torture they use at Guantanamo Bay. It's like, yeah, you just have to watch this. Watch this. God damn it! You just have to watch the satellite recover via an atmospheric orbit, and you've just barely dipped your toe inside of Kerbin's atmosphere. That's your torture. You just gotta watch. If you try to sleep, we'll just inject you with adrenaline. If you close your eyes, eyelids are gone. You just gotta watch the decay. It's gonna be ridiculous speeds I'm coming in at though. So that's like the thing I'm worried about. But yeah. We'll see how 61,000 treats us. I think that should be enough for a decent slow. Just like take off some of the worst of the speed, I suppose. Yeah, how's that apoapsis looking? Yeah, we're cutting off like hundreds of thousands of meters off of our apoapsis. It's alright. We might actually spend a bit of time doing this. Just a little bit, like, because it is a very, very, very efficient way to cut off huge amounts of time. That said, I will autosave here, and I will burn a lot more, just in the interest of time. Because, you know, I don't want to make the same mistakes twice. Okay, that's probably too much, but sure, we'll see this time, won't we? Whilst I'm here, actually, I will face towards the retrograde and try and burn off some of my additional apoapsis. That feels like the right call to make now at this point. Yeah. Definitely the right call. Shaving off a couple million, like. Get a little bit closer to our periapsis now. Oh my goodness. Uh-oh. Might as well burn the rest of the rock before it explodes, like. Yeah, get rid of it there now. We have our ablator. Oh no. We flipped the wrong way. Not how we were meant to be. But we're actually fine. How's the temperature? Ah, sure, it's lovely. And how is the pressure? Ah, sure, it's lovely also. Okay, grand. And our drogues are deployed now, and it's safe enough to execute our thing. Did we test it? Damn it, I forgot this time too. You know what? No, I am gonna go back. I'm gonna go back. We had it right there. It was right there. It's fine. We know it's doable. I want to test this parachute. Just no chill, just immediately like flaring the entire engine. Uh-oh. Well, this won't be a smooth landing, but I will remind everyone that we do actually have an autosave made, so when our impending doom arrives, we'll be able to renege on that just a touch. Actually, can I take any barometric information from here? Temperature, rather. Space near Kerbin? No, but how about temperature? Upper atmosphere, no. Okay, so no. Upper atmosphere isn't anything to really write home about. How are we for electricity? Because I honestly thought we had reaction wheels, but am I just wrong? Am I just straight up wrong? Reaction wheels. Just... Well, at least the ablator's doing its job this time, I suppose. And the drogue chutes are also working, so just need to test. Oh, does that not count as a test? Crikey. Note. Activate the part through the staging sequence. Alright, back to the drawing board. Right, this time we're going full ham. Just we're basically like forcing a crash. Nothing you can do to stop me. Go on now. Oh, crikey. Are we actually still heading up some way? Suppose we are. We're heading for a general, similar general position though, which is nice. And we actually are facing, you know, we actually are facing the ablator towards the direction we want to land, which is nice. I want to test this frickin' parachute. I have to activate it through the staging sequence. That's the catch. When all test conditions are met. So I just need to keep my eyes on these bars here. Coming in a little hot, I might say. Otherwise, fine. Yes, there we go, there we go. That is the part tested, and once we recover this vehicle, this will be everything we want. So, log the temperature over Kerbin's water. Don't mind if I do. And the pressure while flying at Kerbin, if you don't mind. Lovely. We got it. We got it. Okay. Okay. This has been a successful mission. And once this guy lands, we return back to base. This will also be the end of the stream. And the episode, actually, if you're watching it on Monday instead of on Sunday when I was streaming this. It wasn't an announced stream, I just kind of started doing it, and you know, going from that, I think I might make it a regular thing if people would be interested in actually seeing me panicking live instead of the pre-recorded panic that I decide you're allowed to see. So yeah, if you're up for that, I think I might do another thing on Sunday. So big streams with friends on the Saturdays, and then smaller streams, just me on the Sunday playing Kerbal Space Program, with the episode to follow on the Monday. Whilst we're waiting for my ship to land, because you know it's honestly crawling towards the water at this point, even with the warp speed on. If you've liked the stream or if you've liked the video, do please, you know, note that with the appropriate button below. And if you're new to the channel and you want to catch more of this kind of stuff, also subscribe, because it'll be nice to share my passion for gaming and a lot of the games that I've enjoyed playing over the years with new people. So by all means, it's been wonderful having you. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to recover this vessel. Game? 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 Is my thing just sinking? What? 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 This is what? What on earth is happening? Is it just too heavy? Can we jettison the heat shield? Why are we sinking? Game? Game? What? I'm sorry, what? What? It just keeps going. Are we gonna reach the seafloor? Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought it was gonna be. Oh, jeez. I thought it was gonna be ending there, but are we just heading to the bottom of the ocean? How deep is the sea? I wasn't expecting this at all. What? I didn't think I'd be making a submarine like. This is Kerbal Space Program. We've lost all limited probe control. Not connected to the internet, because I suppose we're like, you know, leagues underwater. What is going on? If we land on the bottom of the ocean, will it allow us to recover the vessel then? Because I can't recover it. Apparently I've returned to Kerbin from orbit of the moon. I'm just at the bottom of the Marianas Trench, like. What? Since when has this been a thing? Is it... So you're in direct sunlight. Good for you, I suppose. Why do I just keep sinking? What is actually going on? Can I just, like, activate this and SOS for some frickin' help? Please. If anything, it's maybe start thinking faster. What the heck? There's a standard atmospheric pressure. And apparently we're getting warmer the deeper we go. I'm so confused. My ship's not going to get crushed because of the depth, is it? Didn't think I was playing Subnautica. I've been tricked. Splash down is one word for it, alright. Mark 7's gone fully submersible-like. You know what? Where's the... What? God, it just gets... It's dark and infinite, like. Got almost half a kilometer of sea above me. Okay, you know what? I'm calling this here because I have no idea how much longer this nonsense is gonna go on. But thank you so much for joining me for the stream and the video, depending on when and where you're watching it. And after a while, it actually ended up landing on the sea floor. Yeah, I just thought I'd give people an update on what happened, because it actually did make it to the bottom and it didn't like crash or whatever. And you know, whilst I can't actually move it, all these parts are still like technically intact. Hang on, what's the data here? Flying a Kerbal. Okay, so we will keep that for like recovering the vehicle. But I thought I might as well show it off because it's an interesting one to say the least. Okay. Much appreciated, guys. Right, and with that, take care and goodbye. Reconstruct teleport. Oh yes, that is easily one of the best upgrades for a teleportation heavy build. Add a crew teleporter on the same station. Oh guys, this is a blessed run right here. This looks like it's gonna be it. They resisted. Oh, thank God. Just go. Jump. Next sector. That was too fucking dangerous.